And joining me now is Mark Kelly, husband of former Arizona Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, who together founded a gun reform advocacy group that is working to put an end to America's gun violence epidemic. Welcome, Mark Kelly. And I know you were out on the streets yesterday here in Washington, D.C., and I know you've been asked this over the years. But why is this different? You've been so disappointed in the past after Newtown. Why is it different?
Well, so first of all, we haven't always been met with disappointment. As an organization, our organization now called Giffords, Courage to Fight Gun Violence, we've helped pass over 200 pieces of legislation in 45 different states. So in the states, we have a lot of success. Disappointment here in Washington, D.C., time and time again, that's true. I think it's different because we've arisen, these young people seem quite motivated, and they realize that they have been dealt a incredibly difficult set of circumstances, have been put in a horrible position. I mean, to be in a school and have somebody show up and shoot at them, kill their friends and teachers, and they want to see change. So that's why I think this could be different.
What would you tell those students from your own lessons learned, like whether they're alienating people? What can they do? I noticed a lot of anti-Trump signs out yesterday, for example. Is that the way to go?
Well, but what you may have also noticed is none of them on the stage said Democrat or Republican. I don't think it was said once, right? They realize that this needs to be a bipartisan approach to change. So they get that, and they're pretty much on message. They're smart. They're articulate. They also realize that they need to motivate their peers to show up and vote.
Anything you would warn them about going forward?
Well, I would warn them not to get discouraged. You know, this is often 2 steps forward and 1 step back. I had the opportunity to talk to a few of them yesterday, and they have a plan. And this is not the last you're going to see of these kids.
Part of that plan and your plan is to register high schoolers for the 2018 midterms. Do you think they could actually swing elections?
Well, if they can get enough people registered to vote and then get them to show up to vote. You know, historically, young people, if you're under the age of 30, you have a pretty low chance of voting in any election. I think if you're around 20 years old, that's 1 in 5. If you could change that number to 2 out of 5 people, that would have a powerful impact.
After Parkland, President Trump seemed open to some gun proposals, and those went away. Your organization said just 2 weeks ago, we have 2 Donald Trumps, the one who publicly embraced safer gun laws at the White House, and then the one who distances himself from those statements through spokespeople after being scolded by the NRA. So how do you get the Donald Trump you want?
Well, I think you got to be quick. I mean, you got to get the legislation passed fast, because President Trump on a Tuesday was pretty good on this issue. I think he saw the National Rifle Association in the Oval Office on Wednesday. They made it clear that this was not acceptable to them. The next day, he dialed it all back. So I'm hopeful that if we could get Congress, get the House and Senate to pass some sensible legislation, we get it to his desk, I think there's a pretty good chance he might sign it. And if it's not him, you know, we'll work on whoever the next president is.
You're not giving up. Thanks for joining us. Thanks very much for joining us, Mark Kelly.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.